Today, if you get a small infection, you take a pill, rest for a few days, and move on with your life. Simple. But less than 100 years ago, a tiny cut on your finger could become a death sentence. A sore throat, a fever, even a simple infection could kill you. People didn't fear monsters. They feared bacteria. Hospitals felt hopeless. Doctors watched patients die, knowing there was almost nothing they could do. Humanity desperately needed a weapon, and strangely enough, that weapon came from mold. This is the story of penicillin, the accidental discovery that changed medicine forever. Before antibiotics existed, life was terrifying. Infections spread fast, and once bacteria entered the body, death often followed. A small wound during war could become fatal. Women died during childbirth. Children died from fever. Simple surgeries became deadly risks. Today, we think of infections as minor problems, but back then, they were among humanity's greatest killers. Doctors tried everything: strange chemicals, painful treatments, ancient remedies, but nothing truly worked. Millions kept dying, and nobody knew how to stop it. Then came 1928. Inside a laboratory in London, there was a scientist named Alexander Fleming. Fleming was brilliant, but he was also messy. His laboratory was filled with petri dishes, papers, and unfinished experiments. One day, after returning from vacation, he noticed something unusual. One of his bacterial samples had been contaminated by mold. Normally, the dish would have been thrown away immediately. But Fleming stopped, because around the mold, the bacteria were gone, dead. It was as if the mold was killing them. Most people would ignore it. Fleming became curious, and curiosity changed history. Fleming began studying the strange mold carefully. It belonged to a fungus called Penicillium, and the substance it released could destroy dangerous bacteria. He named it penicillin. At first, almost nobody cared. Many scientists ignored the discovery completely. Some believed it could never become medicine. Others thought it was too unstable to use. Years passed. The discovery sat quietly in scientific papers, almost forgotten. But then, the world went to war. World War II changed everything. Battlefields filled with wounded soldiers. And once again, infection became humanity's nightmare. Thousands survived bullets, only to die from bacteria afterward. That's when scientists remembered Fleming's forgotten discovery. Researchers worked day and night, trying to turn penicillin into a real medicine. The process was incredibly difficult. Producing enough penicillin seemed impossible. But eventually, they succeeded. And suddenly, history changed. Soldiers who would have died started surviving. Wounds healed faster. Fevers disappeared. Infections stopped spreading. For the first time in human history, doctors finally had a weapon powerful enough to fight bacteria. Penicillin didn't just save soldiers, it transformed civilization itself. Diseases that once terrified humanity became treatable. Childbirth became safer. Surgeries became less deadly. Modern hospitals became possible. Millions of people lived because one scientist noticed something unusual inside a dirty, forgotten dish. Today, antibiotics have saved hundreds of millions of lives, maybe even more. And it all began with an accident. History often celebrates grand inventions, massive machines, powerful technology, brilliant ideas. But sometimes, the discoveries that save humanity begin in silence. A small observation, a strange detail, a moment most people would ignore. And somewhere in a messy laboratory, while the world suffered, a tiny patch of mold became one of humanity's greatest miracles.